Hello, beautiful people. Today, we're starting a little different. We pick off the topic of, if your partner has no plan in life, should you lead in the relationship? JB argues that a man should lead a woman, helping her find where her strengths lie so that she knows what to do and what she's actually capable of. However, Rendezvous begs to differ.
I don't think that has to do with being a man, per se. For me, it's like vice versa. If the shoe is on the other foot and you are someone that knows what you want to do as a woman, but then there's this guy that you'd like, but he doesn't necessarily have a direction in life. It's the same thing. You would help him out. Not to say that that's a man thing to do, in my opinion.
Do women help those niggas out?
That's not the point.
Do they respect
Listen
those
to what I'm
guys?
saying. Like, my point is, look, I might be living in a fantasy world for saying this is something that might happen, right? In terms of our experiences, it's never happened. It's never happened. This is why my brothers have this stance, because it comes from things, the past of what they've experienced, right? Even me, I haven't experienced that, right? But I'm not gonna say that there's no one out there, there's no woman out there who doesn't have her things together and can't help a dude out without looking down at that person. So I agree with that. The way I deal with someone that doesn't have their life together. That's what I meant. I agree with the latter half. I'm gonna help you out, but not because I'm your man, right? Because even if I didn't know what I wanted, I would gladly accept your help.
I wouldn't mind that.
I would gladly accept your help, right? Yeah. Sure. So for me, that has nothing to do with being a man, being your leader. Like I've said in previous episodes, if I have to be your leader, I don't want to be with you because you're not an asset. You're not helping me in any way.
True.
Why am I keeping you around?
What if for me eventually gonna be?
No. Why must
there's other ways.
I don't care about you then. I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
I hear.
That's my stance. If you are not on a level where you can't help me, you're a liability. You're liabilities. If we're not helping each other move forward, I'm just helping you all the time. But I'm building you. Why are you with me?
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So, do they have to support you the exact same way that you're supporting them?
Yeah, that's where I stand. Not necessarily the exact same way, but let me say the exact same effort.
If they can't keep up,
then it's choppable. Then it's very choppable.
But like, of course, at the same time, yeah, especially because like
I was just thinking,
it's mainly because it's the level of nigga you are.
That's fine. Understand what you're saying. It's not like it's a new concept to me. I get that, the odds are stacked against me in terms of finding someone that will put in the exact same amount of effort. But at the same time, I'm not necessarily looking for someone who will put in the exact same amount of effort. I'm also reaching my goal. My goal in life isn't necessarily to find someone. Not to say that my goals are better than somebody. if that's your goal, I'm not going to be like, you have a small goal. But me personally, even if it ends up to be a thing of there is no person out there like that won't put in, then I'm very cool with that. But I just can't. I can't build someone. I can't build someone. I'm not trying to be anybody's leader. What happens if I'm in the slump? What happens if I'm going through something? The leader's gone. What do we do? How?
I don't think it's that type of situation.
That's the type of situation that you guys are saying. But saying, I'm the man and I'm going to lead you. What if you have a bad day? What if you're having a bad time?
Then that's where her femininity pops up.
What's her femininity?
And her strength to be like, okay, I'm going to support my man. I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that he can get back to having the best of days.
You get back to leading me.
Yeah. Because if I don't do the things that'll get my man to being the best leader that he can be, then everything is gonna come crashing down.
You can't be led.
Yeah?
You can't be led.
There's other things that I could be led in.
Like what?
There's certain things that require feminine energy. There's certain things that require masculine energy.
Like what?
I can be led in things that will require things like being nurturing, things like building a household, building a home.
Because remember, like how you said you can't in the previous episode, like how you're cold, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Bring the thing. bring it.
Can't do it. Like I said, this is also the same reason why, like, listen, because like there's something like we always ask ourselves, how do these girls take back these men? We always ask ourselves, how? Like there's certain situations where we see we dip, because it's like I saw the level of disrespect I can't handle. Hands can literally be like, they can, I don't know how they do it. I still don't know how they can see beyond the horizon of there's still something to salvage there. And still, that's what I'm saying though.
But my main thing is, what's something that's feminine that can, what do you mean? I want an example.
Because as guys, we're very rigid.
Okay.
You know, we're very rigid. It's like it's either we squares pretty much, you know, and women are like
Circles.
yeah, no, high key. If I can put it into shapes, it's literally that. So they are more emotional. We're not as emotional as women are. We're more like about the logic thing. Let's solve the problem. Let's do this. It's like, okay. Women are like, okay, so what is the problem? How does the problem make you feel? You know, it brings you more in touch with the emotional stuff.
Okay.
You know, more in touch with the emotional stuff. It's like looking at people that grew up around men. They are very like tough, very strong.
Dog,
You know,
Sure.
and looking at people that grew up with women, you are more, you're more soft, you're more gentle. So it's those things that, okay, if it's time to be gentle, I'll let my woman lead with that gentle nature. Okay. If it's time to be, you know, stern and firm and everything, that's where I step into that. See,
No, I'm just talking. Don't worry about me. This goes back to my point of saying maybe I'm living in a fantasy world. Because the whole point of the masculine and feminine thing, the way I stand, what I understand from it is that this is what society has taught. Society has taught that the men are gonna do this, the women are gonna do this. This is feminine, this is masculine. Girls like pink, boys like blue, and we grew up in the society. Girls were encouraged to be emotional. Therefore, they're more in touch with the emotional side. Gents are told, hey, dog, be a man. So therefore, we are more rigid, we're more being in the square. This is how society has brought us up, right? So the whole masculine thing, oh, no, he can't be gentle because he's a G. This is the whole thing of, no, she can't be masculine because, you know, she's a princess thing. This is how society, the way I stand is that this is how society has brought us up. Guys, you are more pushed to the monster trucks, you know, playing in the mud. Girls, you are pushed to Barbie dolls and the Disney princesses. So I might be living in a fantasy world because I mean the reality is this is our reality. That's how we are brought up. So the whole thing of that's just the way it is. It's just a thing of coincidence, a thing of circumstance, where it's not necessarily that's the only way it can be. Whereas in a relationship, let's say the lady wears the pants in the relationship. She's someone who gyms a lot. You know, even let's say she's one of the people who do the competitions, etc. She's more masculine in terms of physique and in terms of mindset, right? Just for that. But the guy she's with is a more gentle type of guy, right? He's more delicate. Does that then mean that that relationship is dysfunctional? Just because...
It doesn't mean that it's dysfunctional.
Yeah.
It's a thing of can that individual or can those individual respect?
What if they do? Yeah, the same way like a man in like the traditional sense.
Yeah.
The guy is...
If the woman ends up being the provider in the relationship,
Yeah.
because the man cannot provide in that relationship, but then he could take up another role within that relationship,
Yeah.
and it's working, then
Yeah.
it works for them.
And that goes back to my point. Why I even brought that up is that because you said I'm the man and I must lead. And you said that this is the way that works.
For me and my belief system
Okay.
and what I stand in.
And what you've been through.
Yeah.
and-
Of course,
okay.
of what we've been through, of course.
I was even asked, like, have you guys actually even seen a relationship like that before, though?
What? The masculine?
Yeah.
Not
Ever
where we
seen-
grew up. We're not going to see that. Because the way we grew up, that's not a thing, right?
In terms of a woman being more masculine than a man?
I actually have.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I actually have.
It didn't work.
For me, it was working. At the same time, I didn't know what was happening behind the
That guy
scenes,
said you
but-
never know what happens behind. Yo, imagine.
Yeah, because from what I saw, the guy's sense of self was no longer there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
Like,
sense of
Yeah, at the
self
same
was
time, we
gone.
don't
You don't know. It can go either. But like I said, also men can take advantage of this shit too. Like it can be bad on both sides. I feel like you just need to have a balance of like core, whoever leads, but let them not become
impossible?
a dictator. I think like a full-on Hitler dictator where everything goes, even if things are going bad, it's still going. It's my show. It's this and that. But like now, if someone else needs to, let it be, I guess, a democracy if things are
To a certain degree.
to a certain degree. If that person can lead, I feel like, okay, if you have the capabilities of actually bringing solutions in the relationship, great. But if you actually never bring solutions and you always look for someone to fix everything, I feel like you can't all of a sudden want to lead, dog. Because it, like, I don't know, like,
Would you say it's possible for both people to lead?
No.
Why?
because there's a fight for power now.
Why?
There's a power struggle.
What if you don't like something and you both don't agree? I feel like you won't both always
You clash.
agree on things.
You can't have two bulls in one cloud.
Because I actually...
but with that being said, if the opinion of one person is stronger than the opinion of the other person, then that kind of takes away from who the other person is.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like JB was right in saying like there's certain things. Basically, it's like roles in relationships. You'll know where you kind of fall in terms of leadership. Like even now, like with me, I kind of don't like want to dictate how decorations happen in the house. Like just because I feel like we're both very different in that sense, and I wouldn't now want to feel like I'm overpowering you in this space. You know what? You choose what happens in the house. Do your thing. You know, do your thing. You can design the whole thing, because I feel like the moment I bring, it's another head. It's more. There's more backlash, because like, what if I don't like something, and then now it's like, you see, it's like unnecessary energy when there's so many things to a relationship. It's like, you know what? I know where I want to shine in this thing.
Giving you the ability to make one less decision.
Exactly, one less decision. So it's easier to like know the roles.
Hey, this brings up the whole gender roles thing.
Like I said,
Y'all believe in gender roles?
Yeah.
I made an episode about this.
Indoda mayibe neplan. Indoda mayibe ne-sleeve tattoo. Indoda mayibe nemoto. Indoda mayibe ne-six pack. Indoda mayibe nomkhaba. Indoda mayihlale e-north. Indoda mayibe ne-main chick. Indoda mayibe ne-PS5. Indoda mayisebenze. Indoda mayibe nendlu. Indoda mayibe ne-degree. Indoda mayibe ne-connecting beard. Indoda mayibe nempandla. Indoda mayibe ne-hairline. Indoda mayithule.
Indoda must do a lot, eh? Watch that episode, man.
High key.
Because like to a degree, dog, like I said in the beginning of the relationship, you decide how it goes down. Like you naturally fall into your position where it's like, nah, someone will say if they like something, if they don't like something. Like with me, I don't mind washing the dishes. I don't mind cooking. I naturally fall into that role. It's me now, you know? It's not now because you're a hun, I'm going to expect you to. Some guys do have that mentality. Some huns don't mind having that mentality. So, like I said, if it's established in the beginning...
So it has nothing to do with gender, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it doesn't really have to, but sometimes it does. It depends on the type of guy you are at the end of the day, man. Okay. And the type of hun you get. Like I said, some people like it old school, some people like it new school. Some people like it in between. Like, it's just a whole concoction.
It's a conversation you have at the beginning.
Yeah, but now don't switch up your roles. I feel like the moment roles start to switch up, because you can help someone if they're struggling in their role, like I said, right? But now, if you want to tell someone what to do in their specific role, I feel like that's where another clash can be. It's like, dog, who are you? Or you had that job, why aren't you doing that role now? And then I feel like I'm doing everything. I feel like that can start with it's like, hey, why do I have you here? You know, I'm doing everything here. And then now you have to start telling someone what to do. And then you're a leader now. Now you have to be a man. Now you see what I'm saying? And that's because I've been here, dog. It started to make sense, bruh. Like, really. So it just really does depend on who you get at the end of the day, and if they just can be consistent also. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this episode. It was actually very intriguing, mind-boggling. Like we thought about. What do you guys think about?
What's your opinion?
What's your opinion on the question? You know, like, do you think you need to be a leader as a man, or do you like being led as a woman? Like what?
Or even vice versa.
Or vice versa, or do you like in between? Because I think it's good to know from the people as well, because I actually want to know generally, like, how do people actually feel about this? I might even make a poll on Instagram asking about whether or not should a man lead, should a woman lead, should it be in between, and just hear your thoughts on that. But anyways, do comment down below in the comment section. Please do like and subscribe with this episode, and please share everything. And thank you so much for supporting us as we are trying to grow this channel and really make it something. We just want to make this even better, even bigger. We might even start adding, more hectic, graphics. We're gonna even just change up the way we shoot things. It's not always gonna be about questions. We might even have some fun things going on, but that is all in store in the future. It will come when it comes. Just keep subscribed and liking this thing so we can keep it growing. Thank you guys, and peace. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, beautiful people. Episode 10 is going to be all about the subscribers and the fans of the show. We plan to answer all your questions and respond to the comments as well. So episode 10 is going to be a fun one. Keep your eyes peeled, beautiful people. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on next week's episode of The Boyfriend. See you next Friday. Peace.